everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's recipe, we're making trash can nachos. Anyway, this recipe, I want to mention the trash can concept isn't my idea. I didn't come up with it, but I think it's pretty cool. I think Guy Fieri is the one from the Food Network that actually made it. And so I just thought maybe it'd be cool. You guys would like to see it. So this recipe is definitely my recipe though, in terms of the ingredients. So I'm using my pork chalupa recipe, which is a nice, very tender pork stew basically with some black beans in it. And it goes perfect with this recipe for nachos. I'm also making my enchilada sauce, which is homemade, and my own guacamole. So you'll find links for those down below in the description of this video. I'm also going to be making a little cheese sauce for you. I think a cheese sauce is really nice with nachos. The way we're going to present this, it's going to be around the bottom, and you can dip your chips into it as well. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. All right, so let's go over our ingredients. First up, I'm going to talk about the ingredients for the cheese sauce. So I have some grated smoked Gouda cheese here for a really nice flavor, Monterey Jack, a little bit of American cheese. We'll need some butter and flour. Over here I have some spices. I have some Ancho chili powder, ground cumin, and granulated garlic. And we'll need some milk. Now, for the rest of our nachos, remember we talked about my homemade enchilada sauce. Well, I have that right here. It's all ready to go. And same with my pork chalupas. You can see the pork. You want to make sure that that is shredded nice and, in small pieces because it'll work better for nachos. All right, we'll need some grated mild cheddar cheese. I have some Pico de gallo, which I've just purchased at the store. My homemade guacamole, which I have covered in plastic. That keeps it from turning brown. Sour cream, and of course, our chips. Now let's not forget one of our most important ingredients or tools that we're going to be using, and that is your trash can. So what I have here is a big, large can. It's about, just to give you an idea, it's about 6 inches tall and it's about 6 inches across in diameter. So you need that. You need to, as you can see here, cut the top and the bottom out. I left the top on here slightly attached just because it has that trash can look to it, but you could take it off and still do the same thing. That's up to you. And you're going to want to serve that on a platter, like something like this. Make sure that, when you put that in there, it fits and you have room for, because there's a good chance that this might fall over a little bit as it's getting eaten. So that's what you'll need. So I'm going to start off here making the cheese sauce, and we're going to take our butter and place it in the pan until it melts. Now what we're going to do here is called making a roux, which is going to make a nice little base for our cheese to go into, and that keeps it nice and makes it nice and smooth and creamy. All right, the butter's melting and it's bubbling up. We're going to add the flour, and we're going to cook that for about a minute. It kind of cooks out the flour taste. And I'm going to add some of the spices into this. And like I said, we're just going to do this for a minute. All those spices in there. And then we're going to start adding the milk to this. And you want to stir it so that you don't get lumps. Pour all that in, and then we're going to whisk this up. I'm going to turn the heat up to medium-high and bring this to a boil. All right, this is coming to a boil. I think you can see that. All right, once you got the boil, and then we'll turn the heat off. And I'm going to add the cheese. Here's the Monterey Jack. I just put the Gouda in, and now we got the Jack in here. And you just want to keep stirring it until all that cheese is melted in and nice and creamy. And you can always adjust your flavors. If you like it spicier, add more chili powder, or less if you like it less. All right, so we have everything ready to go. I have my cheese sauce here, and this is hot, ready to go. Same with the enchilada sauce and same with the pork. So I have a cookie sheet here, and I have my oven preheated to 425 degrees. It's almost hot. It'll probably buzz here while we're doing this. And I have some parchment paper on my cookie sheet. So I'm going to take our chips and pile them on top of the cookie sheet. You want them, you know, pretty close to a single layer, but I mean, you want them piled up there a little bit, okay? So I'm going to start off here with the pork. Now you don't want to get it too saucy, so I'm kind of draining it. I'm using a slotted spoon here, and then I'm just going to drop this beautiful pork and beans right on top. Okay, so we're going to put this all over. All right, that looks pretty good there. You want to get some meat, you know, pretty much everywhere, so every bite maybe has some, hopefully. Next, we're going with some enchilada sauce. Now again, we don't want to put too much of this on. We just want to get a nice little taste here and there, little blobs all around. Then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of cheese sauce. Not too much of this now, guys. Just go light and easy, just little dribbles here and there. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'm not going to overdo it, right? Then I'm going to hit it and finish it off with some mild cheddar. Okay, that looks good to me. This is going in the oven until this cheese melts and things are nice and hot, okay? So that might be at 425, you know, 10 minutes, maybe 15, I'm not sure. All right, here come these nachos out of the oven. Don't they look fantastic right now? I mean, they look great. All right, so now this is probably the hardest part. We're gonna take all of these nachos and kind of place them into our pan, our trash can, right? So we're gonna put some in. And I think I probably have more than my can hold. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I'm going to add a little bit more of the cheese sauce. And I'm going to add a little bit of Pico de gallo. Not too much, guys. We don't want these to get too wet. But we're going to put a little bit in there. That way it's a tower and it's got a little flavor on each layer. And I'm even going to stick in some sour cream. A couple little lobs in there. A little bit of guacamole, gotta have that, man. That's what makes it, in my view. Maybe 4 little dollops in there. Now we'll go back, we're layering here, right? So we'll go back to the nachos. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat that layer again. Here's our last layer, I believe. We're gonna get most of these nachos in here. Yeah, for sure. Last scoop of sauce right on top. Now I'm gonna put a little more of the Pico on top here, like than I did when I was doing the layers. And then the last thing is just a little sprinkle of cilantro. All right, everybody, ready for this moment of truth here? Let's see if we can get this out of there. You kind of want to shake it. Let's hope it stays standing for at least a few minutes. Oh, there's a few things coming out. And there you have it. All right, everybody, that's it for our trash can nachos. I'm gonna give them a taste. Of course, they've been sitting here for a little while, but because I've been taking pictures, but yeah, it's really good. It's kind of fallen over a little bit. This is really delicious with that pork chalupa in there. Try that recipe. I think you're gonna love it. Great, it goes great for, you know, just by itself, in burritos, tacos, nachos. You gotta try this. I hope you guys try it. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already by clicking the subscribe button. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time, and have a great day.